It's another day in paradise, but it's not just any other day. Today we're at the Porsche Convergence by Montrose and Cicero. It's an excuse for us to look at other people's Porsches, special Porsches, and of course, my Porsche. Oh, that's the original. That's the OG 911 Turbo. 58 Speedster?
No, it's a cabriolet.
58 Cabriolet. Thank you. Okay, I need you to look at the hubcaps. Does that remind you of something? Well, if it doesn't remind you, I'm going to tell you what that looks like. That is a Volkswagen Beetle hubcap or a Volkswagen hubcap. What is a Volkswagen hubcap doing in a pan-out Porsche? This was originally meant for Volkswagen. And Volkswagen, the last minute, said, you know what, Porsche? We don't want that two-seater roadster that you built us. So you know what Porsche said? F it. We're going to make it anyway and call it a Porsche. So this is a 914, which was originally made for Volkswagen, and they decided not to have it in Porsche, said, we're going to make it. This was like in the 70s. Hello. This car costs about $300,000. The dealer allows you to purchase it. And what does the guy do? He guts the whole thing out. He guts the whole thing out. And then what? Why does he do that? So he can take it racing, which costs even more money. So he buys a $300,000 car, guts the whole thing out, so he can spend more money to race it. I mean, how much money do you need to make to be able to afford that kind of lifestyle? But hey, I'm happy for him. You are looking at a 1966 911 912. A 1966 912. Why do they call it a 912? Because I am told it has a 4-cylinder engine. So for all of you people out there that give the current 718 a hard time, Porsche has been making 4 cylinders for some time now. Anyway, you know what I like about 911s or 912s? Is that it doesn't matter what year you bought them. They all still look kind of the same. Now, to some people, that's a criticism. I actually like the fact, because if you're going to spend a ton of money on your car, the last thing you want is that 4 years later it looks old. I don't know. To me, this still looks like, well, a 911. We are looking at a 911 GT3. What makes this different from any other 911s? This has a normally aspirated, that means non-turbocharged.
Naturally aspirated.
Naturally aspirated, non-turbocharged.
No.
4-liter engine that revs up to 9,000 RPM. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with cars, usually only motorcycles can rev up to 9,000 RPM. It has a 4-liter engine. And you know what I really like about this car? If you please zoom in on that transmission. That transmission is, oh, it's an automatic, not a stick shift. I won't hold it against him. I won't hold him against him. It's a PDK. It's a PDK. That's fine. By the way, you can't be subtle with this car because if you look at this giant swan neck wing in the back. There is a 911 Dakar. Basically a turbocharged 911. Folks, what you're looking at is the GT3 RS. How is that different from the other GT3 RS that we looked at before? Again, normally aspirated engine, 510 horsepower, but everything is adjustable. You can adjust the suspension, you can adjust the way the wheels are like cambered. It's basically a racetrack car. It's a race car that's road legal. And yes, that is carbon fiber. Okay, we're not really here for the porta potty. We're here for this icon of a 911 back in the 80s and 90s. A flat nose 911 like this was everybody's like fantasy car. I mean, like, look at it. You rarely see this. Actually, I haven't seen this for like decades. Folks, you're looking at a GT4 RS. That is the poor man's version of the GT3 RS. It's a 718 model, but it has also a normally aspirated engine. It's meant to be raced, and the guy is a stick shift. The guy is a stick shift. That is a respectable car. Look at that. Look at that. I'm proud of this owner, whoever this person is. If you look to the right, that's the older brother called the GT3 RS. Keep on going. There you go. Now, the difference is that that is about 300,000, and the one on the left here, the GT4 RS, is about 150. That's on the assumption that the dealer will allow you to buy one, and two, that he will sell it for sticker. So folks, this is what I wanted. I know that's the world's smallest violin, but this is a 718 Spider. Look at that convertible top. Look at that manual convertible top. Look at that, okay? I'm in my 50s, and yes, I want a convertible. Look at the double bubble on the back. Look at that double bubble on the back. You don't get that on a normal, 718. This is a 4-liter engine, specifically for this car, that's normally aspirated, that revs up to 8,600 RPM. And just look at it. Just look at it. Look at that interior red. I would have done it in red too, by the way. It's stick shift. Look at this. Is this yours? If it is, it's gorgeous. Look at that. I would do the same thing, except I want it in white. I know this looks like just like any other 911, but this is not just any other 911. This is the grandfather of my 911. What makes it the grandfather of my 911? This was a lightweight special by Porsche back in 1973, which is called the 911T. You see, my car does have heritage. It is, after all, a Porsche 911. This is a Porsche Dakar. What does that mean? It's meant for off-roading. I'll say that one more time. This is a 911 meant for off-roading. Look at the wheels. Look at the wheels and look at the ground clearance. Okay. Yeah, that's for Porsche. That's high ground clearance. And look at the metal plating underneath. That's for the dirt you're supposed to kick out. This is basically a 911 turbo that's meant for off-roading. Now, why you would spend $200,000 and take it off-roading means you have a lot of money. There are Porsches and there are 911s. But this is not just any 911. This is the 911 ST. For the uninitiated, let me bore you with the stats. Only 1,963 of this will be produced. If you're asking why 1963, because that's when Porsche made the 911. What makes this special? It is the lightest 911 you can purchase. It retails, if the dealer allows you to buy it, for $300,000 before taxes, destination charge, etc., etc. But in order to purchase this vehicle, you must have previously owned several Porsches before the dealer will allow you to have the privilege of buying this car. Now, we just checked it out before we started the video. If you were to buy one used, it's around $700,000. Okay. What makes this special is the transmission. It has a single mass flywheel, which allows it to rev really, really fast. It has a 9,000 RPM red line. It's basically a GT3 RS touring that's made to be really, really light. It's about maybe 520 horsepower, but who cares about the horsepower? It's supposed to be the driving experience, and this is, for now anyway, the ultimate, at least in my humble opinion, 911. I'll say that one more time. This is the ultimate 911. And by the way, if you don't believe me, just Google and YouTube every other review of this car. to be standing right next to Mr. June Ramos's 911 Targa. Okay, and what makes this really special, besides the fact that it looks absolutely gorgeous, is if I can open it. You can come in here and just look at the interior of this car and tell me that it is not drippingly gorgeous. Drippingly gorgeous. Look at, come here for a minute. Look at that. Look at the leather by the cup holder area. Just look at that. Look at that. It's gorgeous detailing. And this is the houndstooth. This is the houndstooth interior, and it carries through the back. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a gorgeous interior. And Mr. Ramos, does this thing, the roof goes back, right? I don't know how to do it. Can you bring it? I don't know, but maybe you can show us. You can just cut and paste this later. Okay, we could do a full video, right? You can cut and paste it later.
Let it roll.
Yeah, I'm just letting it roll. So he's gonna show us. This is a work of art. How this thing drops. You'll see the mechanism that allows this thing to drop.
Front or from the side?
It's just, well, I think this is good because you'll be able to see that thing open. It's still rolling, by the way. You'll be able to see that thing open. Oh yeah, listen to that engine. Look at the wheels, the size of the wheels. Look at the size of the wheels. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Tell me that's not cool. Tell me that's the whole camshell, man. Tell me that's not cool. Look at that. That is a Targa, folks. Not a convertible, but a Targa. It's beautiful, Mr. Ramos. It's beautiful. Now, do you mind if I put you on YouTube? No problem. You're dead. Okay. Sige ha. Yeah. No worries. Look at that. Look at the spoiler. Okay, I'm gonna cut the feed. So folks, we've been here for about 2 hours plus now. I think it's a good place to end it. We've been here long enough. You can see we're indoors with the old classic Porsches. You know, I said this before, I'll say it again. What I like about 911s is that if you buy one 5, 10, 15 years from now, it's gonna look just like, well, another 911. So I hope you enjoyed our day today. We don't do videos that often anymore because my editor has a full-time job. I really like the fact that he has a full-time job. He's the assistant director of so-and-so university for music. I won't mention it for privacy reasons. But needless to say, I'm very proud of him. Till we meet again, thank you and have a good day. Bye-bye.